Hello everybody, and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be playing a game that probably not many of you recognize. This game is Kerbal Space Program. We are on a science mode playthrough, and my goal is to unlock the entire tech tree. As you can see, that's a lot of techs. Some of them costing huge amounts of science, like 1,000 science. That's insane. Like, that's super hard to get, and like, there's like 550. Yeah, it's really hard. But for now, all that we have are a few basic parts, so we'll have to make do. So let's start off with the basic command pod, parachute, a solid rocket booster. I like this because it looks cool. And some mystery goo. So just so you know, this is not going to be a tutorial in any way. This is just me going to be doing my absolute best to unlock the entire tech tree. So let's... What should we name it? We should name it... I guess... Let's just call it the Mark 1, because Alright, so... On our first flight, to maximize science, it's pretty complicated, actually. So what we gotta do is we gotta do the mystery goo. We do a crew report. We take this guy out. We take Jeb out. We have him take an EVA report, a surface sample, take the data, and board back in. Now that we have done that, we launch and we aim this way because we want to land in the water for more science. Also, while we're doing this, mystery goo, boom, crew report, bam. So we want to deploy the parachute as soon as we can, and then we can pretty much just warp and wait, and then once the parachute activates, then we can get Jeb out on an EVA to do the EVA report and take the crew report and do all that stuff. And the parachute should be activating any minute now. There it is. We can get SAS off. Actually, yeah. We get Jeb out. Take all that data. Do an EVA report. Of course, there is no way to take a surface sample of the air, so we can't do that. So let's just warp. And once we hit the water, then we can do another EVA report, mystery goo, and surface sample. And the EVA. Alright, so we can do this. The goo escapes into the water. So we can take that. We can do a crew report. Boom. Get this guy out. Wah! Can take data. EVA report. Surface sample. Get back in. And recover. First mission complete out of many, many missions. Look at that, 58 science. That is amazing. So we can unlock basic rocketry, engineering, survivability. We don't have enough for both of those. So, general rocketry it is. And now we must build a bigger rocket. Goodbye. So now we grab a service bay. Open that up. Actually, we don't even need the service bay. We can just get a fuel tank, drain all the fuel from it, add a heat shield, decoupler, and just a lot of fuel tanks. Boom. So yeah, just a lot of fuel tanks. And then we can get like that, and then a swivel. And then we can do some science experiments. So we get 4 mystery goo, 4 barometers, 4 thermometers. And we want to launch from the runway. It's all coming together. And once we do this, I have something in mind. Recover, and now we see how much science. Because you may have noticed that I took the different experiments from the runway as well as the launch pad, because in the game those are considered different biomes. Now, you might be thinking, or you might not, that we don't just have the runway and the launch pad. We have other buildings too. Spaceplane hangar, mission control, vehicle, assembly building, R&D, all that stuff. Even the flagpole. And the tracking station too. All of that are different biomes. So we can get a ton of science. So the one thing, we need landing gear to be able to do this. And I believe it worth the investment. So, boom. I'm also just going to get basic science while we're at it. So, it's time to... Yeah, we should do this. Okay. So, alright. So, this should be called the Mark II. Alright. So, first of all, let's just get this one because it's much lighter. we can just put on like just a fuselage on here and completely drain it of fuel. And then what we do is we put on some landing gear. It's very ugly, I know. It's like a caterpillar. Alright, so we can put on our new found Science Junior mystery goo, thermometer, and barometer. Put that back on. And the caterpillar rover is now complete. Oh wait, I just realized we need some way to get around. Alright, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to have 2 fuel tanks. Actually, what we could do, we could put on one of these, and we could put on a jet engine. Yeah, because jet engines are much more controllable. And then we could also put on some wings if we wanted. I normally don't use these parts in... Wait, yeah, because we can steer these. I don't... Here, instead of doing that, why don't we put these on? Because these are steerable. The other ones aren't. So we can rotate these. Yeah. That'll work, right? I sure hope it does. And we gotta make sure that we do Bob, because he can reset our experiments, so we don't need to bring multiple. So, it is time.
Future Survivor 6464 here. So, when I was doing that thing where I go around to all the different buildings, that was much harder than expected. Lots of mistakes, lots of accidentally putting Jeb in instead of Bob, our scientist, so I couldn't run the experiments more than once. And just lots of not piloting it right. But finally, I got it, so here's my reaction.
Okay, I have my eyes closed right now. I don't know how much science I've gotten from this. 196? Seriously, I've been only playing for about like a half an hour, probably less. That only took me about 10 minutes. 200 science. That is insane. Wow. Okay. Alright. Advanced rocketry. Electrics. Anything else I can get that would be important? I'm just gonna get that one. I cannot decide on anything else. But looks like we have... So at first it looks like we've got half the tech tree about, but then when you look at it, there's a lot more per row, and of course they're a lot more expensive. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys in episode 2, where we are going to Minimus, boys.